I ran across something, and this is important because it emphasizes once again about Wall Street. I ran across something with JP Morgan just by accident. And, I've been kind of watching Wall Street over the past couple of years, what they're saying. I normally don't, like, I don't give a damn because I mean, like, they're usually wrong. But it's been interesting because they've missed almost everything. Wall Street has missed just about everything since the beginning of 2022. If you don't believe me, you can look that up. I've talked about it before a little bit here and there. The only person that was really bearish in 2022, anybody know? From Wall Street, anybody? And he wasn't even bearish in time. He was only bearish after the market started to sell off big time. That was Mike Wilson at Morgan Stanley. Well, guess what? Mike Wilson stayed bearish. He stayed bearish. More doom. More. 2023. Down. The market's going to collapse. Oh, my God. Right? Guess what happened to him? He got canned. Of course, the official notice is that, well, he's going to the institutional. No. They got so many complaints for investors. Guarantee you they had to do some damage control and get rid of his ass. Okay, if anybody was following him, does it sound familiar? That's what happened. Is the media going to tell you that? Of course not. That's what happened. So the point is that these guys, it's not, oh wow, Mike Wilson, he must know what's going on. He doesn't fucking know. These guys are salesmen. They're trying to sell. Do you understand Wall Street research? It's called what? It's called the sell side, right? The sell side. What's that mean? It means their shit's there to sell you. Okay. But anyway, I've mentioned this before. All these guys on Wall Street, they're all sales. Analysts, they're in sales. Strategists, they're in sales. Economists, they're in sales. Okay. Now, they're not going to get everything wrong all the time, right? It's not going to happen. The key is to know when they're going to get something right. And you're not going to know that unless you already know what's going on. And I've shown that in the research over the past, 12 to 16 months, how I'm showing like, okay, Wall Street, you might recall I've shown their consensus forecast for the S&P since beginning of 2022, and they were completely clueless. They kept raising their forecast every month until about June or July. And so more recently I've said, okay, they're on track, right? And of course they didn't raise their forecast. They thought we were going to have a recession and there's a possibility of a bear market up until the third week of November 2023. I've talked about that. You can look it up if you don't believe me. The point is that the two big holdouts, okay, everybody raised their forecast by the end of the year after I'd already raised mine 5 months earlier. And there were two holdouts, Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Goldman finally, with egg all over their face, had to come out and say, oh, okay, well, because the S&P had already gone past, so they had to boost their forecast by the end of 2023. Morgan Stanley hasn't done it yet. They're still sitting at 4,200 for the S&P for 2024. Why am I telling you this? Because there's an article, as you're going to see in the video that I'm going to release, there's another article that's bullish and tells you why the market is going to keep going and why it's bullish. Yeah. Okay, and that's from Morgan Stanley, and they still haven't even boosted their S&P 4,200 target. The point is that Wall Street has different research departments. This is their trick that they use. This is what I learned a long time ago. Okay, they've got private client services, they've got their equity research group, they've got their strategists. So they want to make sure and cover all sides. And I caught Morgan Stanley in the act. I don't even follow research. If I followed him, I could catch him in the act all the time. I caught him, and I'm going to show you guys. The question is, though, when are they going to boost their S&P? Because they're at the bottom of everybody at 4,200. Because now I think they're thinking, well, we're going to wait for a recession. It's going to bring it down. Well, the higher we go, the less it's going to work out for them, right? So I think that they got rid of Mike Wilson to bring somebody in now and to raise, to change the forecast. Anyway, I wanted to point that out. It may not seem relevant right now. It's not something I wanted to really. I probably should have waited this weekend to go over it, but I'm going over it now just in case I forget. I think it's extremely important for your understanding as an investor, kind of a big picture, and that is to say, listen, because obviously the media throws out Wall Street this, Wall Street that, and I'm showing you what complete horseshit it is. And of course, you all have seen that even prior to that, after I had gone over all the Wall Street misses all this time. But anyway. Terms of getting back as an investor, if it's coming down to here, almost irrespective of what's going on, I have to believe. If I have to make a call in advance, and of course I can change depending upon what happens, but I have to believe this is where you want to start doing that 18, 17, around there. Their earnings report is a complete game changer, at least for quite a while. Bottom line, NVIDIA now is going to enter the realm of Tesla, Apple, and all these other big, I mean, listen, NVIDIA can come down to 150, come down to $100. If you don't think it's possible, then you don't understand how the market works. I mean, listen, NVIDIA can come down to 150, come down to $100. If you don't think it's possible, then you don't understand how the market works.